Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Nest appeal and sex appeal. And I want to shout out nice young lady who always comment on my podcast. Sweet lady in Chi-Town. And yeah, I love her to death because she keep it all the way raw. She will let you know, like, yeah, this is what we looking for, Ron. You right. You know, it's kind of bad I get co-signed more by women who know what's up than men sometimes. I mean, I got the fellas who co-sign me, but it's rare I got a female detractor. I get one like every 10 videos or something. And the rest be like, yeah, you right, Rom, you right, shoot. And some women be hitting me up privately like, Rom, don't tell them all that. Don't tell them all that. You giving away our secrets. But nest appeal and sex appeal. And she did it on a comment I was talking about. I think it was a primary attraction video I did, where how women really looking at a man. It's a primal attraction. She first looking at him to reproduce. When she looking at him and say, her subconscious is saying, do I want to reproduce that hell of a man, that hunk of a man right there? You know? But then they got to be, okay, so they got the seed. It's planted, it's nurturing. Then, you know, the woman can't go out and hunt for herself or something. So she needs that nest and somebody to build it. Now that translates into the money aspect. The resources aspect. And just in general, if you have those two, you pretty much got your choice of women. You know, but here's the thing, because I know some people will say, well, I got nest appeal more. See, the problem with the nest appeal is if that sex appeal isn't included, that's when a lot of guys get trouble. That's those guys who, you know, how they say it, alpha fucks, beta bucks. You know? And just to be clear, it's crazy. Like I say, is it crazy to think like the so-called beta automatically has more money than the alpha? The alpha just don't spend his money. That's it. He probably have more money than the beta in many cases, but he don't have to spend his money because his sex appeal speaks to the woman. But the nest appeal thing, now there's a lot of women who, because they can't get both in one package, they'll get the guy who gets, they'll get the guy's seed, but then they look for the guy who's likely to pay and nurture it. But, in those cases, women try to limit their sex with that guy if they don't have at least a little bit of sexual attraction. They try to limit it as much as possible. And it's not even a conscious thing they do. Their body's just not turned on. Like, a lot of guys have problems understanding that, but how many men have been around some women and their dicks didn't get hard for the woman? You can't bribe your dick. You can try, you can go through some stuff. Well, women the same fucking way. And, when you look at it, I think a lot of guys don't focus on the sex appeal. They've been fooled into thinking that just the nest appeal matters. And yeah, it does matter. It does, but almost no woman. Well, the only time a woman might take that over the sex appeal is if she's got her fill of the sex appeal. That's the only time. That's the only time. And see, just because of the society we live in, a lot of men focus more on that. But see, it's funny, I see men focusing on that and say, well, I got money, I got this degree, I got something. But call themselves red pill, because a real red pill, you should be knowing about the sexual aspect automatically. Even experience the sexual aspect. To know that nest appeal means nothing, or means a marriage of disrespect, means a marriage where, or even a relationship where the woman might cheat on you because she still needs that sex appeal. Even when she had the kids, she still need to feel that man sexually. Now, women do it in different ways. Some will cheat. Some might let, some dude on their job rub them up or, fill them up. They might do something, but they still, they still need it. And see, that's the important thing. That's the one thing I always talk about. A man needs to have both. I talked about that nice guys and players. He need to have those nice guy traits. He needs to be able to take care of that nest and everything, but he also need to have her hollering. He need to have her floating, making contact with the ninth galaxy and stuff, possessing a great pumpkin, eyes rolling back in her head. And that's why men need to develop that. I mean, I appreciated Sweet Lady actually sharing that, because she, like I said, she's telling the real truth. What women are going to look for, what they're going to go crazy over. But unfortunately, a lot of guys, they don't get that. They more in a social world. Or, it's funny. It's funny. Men will have heard me talk about women's infidelity. Men have heard me on here talk about the sexual shadow world, but don't make the correlation about why the women actually go into the shadow world or why they cheat. Now, for my select men out here, one of the things that there's two things you already know this, and that even if it's not a conscious level, you already know this. It's like, hey, you got that sex appeal, but you're also making a little bit of money. So women looking at you, they holding on. In fact, those are the type of men actually women will hold on to. The guy who has both. Because a woman know if a dude, all he bringing to the table is sex, they don't take him seriously. They'll keep him in that mode as long as possible until they find somebody who's bringing more of both. Because many of them do. Many of them had that one dude they got, and that's it. But they don't want him in any other part of their lives. And probably, they'll tell them straight up, if you see me out walking, don't act like you don't know me. And it's usually, that's why, like with women, they like that discreetness. They like it. They actually appreciate a guy who can show some level of discreet. But if you notice a guy who got that sex appeal and he got a steady job, or especially if he a professional, shoot, that's the dude who really got to watch out, because that woman she'll run his ass down. Shoot, that's that woman who will be like, baby, you don't really need that condom. And you can be like, well, you on birth control? You got some plan B? She'd be like, come on, stick it in, daddy. Sometimes they might be the type who, if that dude is kicking on that nest appeal and that sex appeal, that might be the dude, you laying in bed with the woman, all of a sudden you wake up and she on top of you. And some women listening, I know y'all do that. If y'all really find that guy fine, you say, look, you just lay there, baby. I'll figure out something. They'll get you hot. Shoot, they'll be on you hard, because they be like, shoot, this is a jackpot right here. Can have cute babies. And this dude got the character to maybe take care of the babies too. Now, I know some detractors, they probably say, well, what about these women getting pregnant by these guys and they don't take care? Man, they still gonna make mistakes, bro. I'm saying what the ideal is for women. Shit. The ideal, keep that in mind. That's the ideal for a woman. The guy who can, take her and, drive her crazy. But then go build that nest, and have the responsibility to take care of it. So it's that sex appeal and that nest appeal, and that, that's the ultimate select right there. The more you can bring both, that's what Nice Guys and Players is about. If you can bring both, if say, okay, this dude got this going on, but he got that going on too. Shoot. Women think about it. They reconsider it. Shit. If you got that going on, shoot. They reconsider stuff that might be, hell, you could have a woman or something. They might be like, well, I just got to take her from that heifer. Take him from that heifer. So that's what's up. Nest appeal and sex appeal. I want to thank y'all once again. Thank y'all for the support. And stay tuned for what I got tomorrow. Peace and blessings.